the one, the only, Ben Sion. Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. Today we start the 7th parak of Shekalim, Mishnah Aleph and Beis. Mishnah Aleph says, Moshe Nimsu ben Shekalim and Adava. We talked about these different shofros. They had different containers where they had some money, different types of money. So money was found on the floor between the container with the masa shekel and the container with the money, which was basically used for olas nedava. Karov the shkalim. If the money was close to the shkalim, yipulu shkalim. You give it to the shkalim. The nedava, you put nedava. It's close to nedava, you go to nedava. Right. We learn from Egla Rufa, Masech Sota, wherever the mace is closest to, that's what we assume the city that's responsible for his death. Mechsa la mechsa yipulu nedava. However, if it's exactly in between them, so then you give it to the nedava. Why do you give it to the nedava? Because sabak daraisa l'chumra, and the machzah shekel, some of it was used for karbanos, for olos, but some was used. The leftover was used for bedek habayis, or to fix the walls of the city. However, the nedava was always used for olos and nedava, so it's more machmer. Whichever one's closer. I guess these containers are next to each other. One was vanilla extract or frankincense, and one was eitzim to light the fire in the mizbeach. If it's in the middle, you go to lavona. Because lavona was actually brought on the mizbeach. The eitzim just enabled other karbonos to be consumed in the mizbeach. But in kinem lagoz leola, karov lekinem yipul kinem lagoz leola yipul lagoz leola, mechsa lamechsa yipul lagoz leola. You go where it's closest. If they're exactly in the middle, then you go lagoz leola, because those were only karbonos ola, which were totally the Hashem. The kinim were used. A kin is a pair, and one was a chatas. One bird was a chatas. One was an oaf. The chatas wasn't completely consumed by Hashem. It was consumed partially by the kohanim. So therefore, it has less kedusha. You go to the goz leola. Ben chulin the meiser sheni. Karov the chulin yipul the chulin. The meiser sheni yipul the meiser sheni. Mechsa lemechsa yipul the meiser sheni. Is that klal holchem akara karov? You go after the karov. Except if it's in the middle, then you go meiser sheni. Money was more kadosh than regular money because meiser sheni had to be eaten in Yerushalayim. You only buy certain things that you eat in Yerushalayim. So therefore, and there's an opinion even in the Gemara, it's mammon gavo, belongs to God. So certainly you go to chumrah, and it goes to the meiser sheni. Beis moshe nimstu l'fnei sochrei behema la'ola meiser. If you go to Yerushalayim, you have people near the Beis Hamikdash who are selling animals for the karbanos, and you find money in front of them. The whole year, you assume they're money of meiser sheni. Now, even though generally meiser sheni money is brought to Yerushalayim only when they go to the regel, because you're not going to just go take a vacation and go to Yerushalayim to eat meiser sheni if you live outside of Yerushalayim. You'll only go there when aliyas the regel. So therefore, the rest of the year we should assume the money is not meiser sheni, it's chulin. Nonetheless, there are a lot of people that don't have the chance to eat all their meiser sheni on the regel, and therefore, the rest of the year we always assume it's meiser sheni, because most of the people, there are a lot of, for every seller, there's 10 or 15 or 20 or 100 buyers. Therefore, we assume it comes from the buyer and not from the person who sold it, because once you sell the animal becomes kadosh, and the money is chulin. Bahar abayis, chulin. However, in the mountain surrounding the Beis Hamikdash, if you find money, the entire year is chulin, because you go after most of the year, and most of the year, the meiser sheni money was in front of. If it fell, they fell right at the booths where people were selling the animals. The rest of it, right, people were walking around. They had chulin money also, not just meiser sheni money. Yerushalayim, b'shas haregel, meiser, b'shar kol yemos hashana chulin. In the rest of Yerushalayim, if it was during the regel, the shalosh regalim, we assume the money is meiser sheni, because most of the money people carry around is meiser sheni. Shar kol yemos hashana chulin. The rest of the year is chulin. Now, why on the regel don't we assume that it's just like we previously said, bahar abayis, it should be chulin? Most of the money people carry around is chulin the rest of the year. So, b'shas haregel, it should be right. B'shas haregel, it's considered meiser sheni. Why is it considered meiser sheni? Maybe it fell during the rest of the year. And the answer is that the Gemara says that Shukei Yerushalayim and the rest of the marketplace in Yerushalayim, they used to sweep the place, to clean it every day, and therefore whatever money fell out right? During the rest of the year, the chulin money was swept away, and therefore, if you're finding it today on the regel, it's probably from today. It's not from last month or 2 months ago, because Shuki Yushalayim were swept every day, as opposed to Harabayas wasn't swept every day, and therefore we assume the rest of the year, the whole year, even Mishas HaRegel, the money is considered chulin, because it probably came, even now it's the regel, the money probably dropped from someone a month or 2 months ago, because most of the year people hold chulin money around the base of English, not Ma'aser Sheni. That's the conclusion of today's share. Stay tuned for where I analyze Mishnah Aleph a little bit, because there is a concept in the Gemara, and we pass like it, Rov Vikarav Holkan Achar HaRov. If you have one side, it has the majority, and one side has the advantage of being closer, which one is more powerful? And the Gemara says in various places, Rov Vikarav Holkan Achar HaRov. So how do you explain our Mishnah? The Mishnah Aleph says you go after the Karov, all right? Why don't we go, the Mishnah just say, it's only go after the Karov if they're exactly equal, the amount of, let's say, shkomachza shekel and the coins in the nedava, but usually it's probably not exactly the same. So you'd go after rov. But the Mishnah says you go after karov. Why is that? Why don't we say rov karov al karov? Iyon ben Sion coming up next. Iyon mitzion coming up next.